Good boy. Hey, good boy. Yeah, good boy. Hey. Fenton Crusader here. So, our muck spreading day. Well, it's created me a few workshop jobs, to say the least. Like I haven't got enough to do, but so the John Deere. Well, John Deere has got a few problems. She don't run, it backfires, and just generally not playing the game. So I've had carburetor to bits and clean it right out, and reset the points on the mag, and clean the plugs, and we're still not going too well with that. So you'll see some of that, and I've just ordered a new condenser for the mag, just in case. We'll try that one, and of course the other thing we've got is a few more bits. We've got our green one. Now the green one does run okay, but what it does do, it drops off cylinder quite quickly, and it's because of oil ingression. Now it's got massive compression, but I suspect the oil rings are still gummed up. I was hoping it was going to clear the cells out with work. It's had a full day on the freshen drum, which seemed to run okay, and different jobs, but it still wants to oil up, so I'd imagine the rings are stuck. So the orange Ford. Well, the orange Ford, she blew the coil. Now, generally speaking, the orange Ford runs fairly good, but she blew the coil, which is underneath the mag there, and so I've got to get another coil for that, and then we'll give it another go and make sure she goes all right. And the other thing that's gone progressively worse with my Perkins conversion is the clutch. When we first did it, the clutch seemed to be fine, but now all of a sudden you'll probably notice I've got a dent in the front of my toolbox. It's got squished up, and the reason for that being because he put the foot on the clutch and it didn't stop. Yeah, that was exciting. So he had to snatch it out of gear. And you probably notice on my muck spreading day, when Trevor got on the tractor to pull me out of the shed with the standard Ford, he had to snatch it out of gear as well because it wanted to keep going. So she needs to be split and find out what's going on with the clutch. So a bit more involved with that one, and no doubt, well, there's no wear grooves in the pins because I smoothed all them out, but we'll have to have a look and see if there's any wear grooves in where the clutch plates sit on, and sort it out, and generally have a good look at it, see what's going on. Plus she's got this whining when you put the foot on the clutch, so I just need to see why that should whine. It must be in the first two gears of the box, why that should whine. None of the other tractors do it, just this one since I've done the box. So we'll just need to have a look at that. But that'll be not just yet on that one, because as you can see we're walking around on a muck floor, stones and dust, and I've got part of a concrete basin here which I need to continue across so I can set about block paving the rest of it out. So you know, finding video stuff at the minute is quite difficult because I've got so many other jobs I need to do which is not really related to my video channel, if you like. But we'll try to keep sneaking a bit in if we can. So that's where we're at with this one, and we shall only know when the condenser comes, which is next week, and we'll give it another go. So that's about it. So sit back and enjoy, and we'll catch you on the next. So that's got the bowl off the carburetor, and I've got a good strainer in the top, and it's got like a fibrous. I'll just fished all that out from inside there, look. And as you can see, there's still some muck and rubbish in there, but it's like a fibre. Don't know if you can see the fibres there, look. It's just like a lot of fibres. So now whether some of that was floating around and blocking the gauze up, because the gauze wasn't particularly clogged, as you can see it there. But if some of that was floating around and got on top on it, it might have restricted the flow. And because I don't think anything can get by that gauze, so I don't think there's anything in the jets. So we'll get this all clean out, and then we'll have a look at another go and fire it up and see if she runs better. So there's still a fair bit of crap in there, look, isn't there? So yeah, it's nice when you find something. I don't like it when you can't find stuff and you put it back together and then it runs and you think, well, what did I do? At least if it runs this time, you think, oh well, that's what it was. But you know, so yeah, I'll crack on and I'll bring you back. Okay, so we've got a good flow of petrol out the pipe there, and the gauze and everything's been cleaned out, and the petrol's on, so she is full. Just do a quick test there, look. Yeah, it's leaking out there, right? So that's pretty much all set to go. So that's what I'm going to do now. We'll get it fired up. The light's not brilliant, I've opened the shed door, but we'll see what we can do. Just take the glasses off or slide up my head and tread on them. Pain in the bum, but I've got to have them great. Right, so fuel's on, choke's on, and I've undone the compression tabs, one each side. Big throttle, which is there, like that. The other gear, which is down like that. And with a bit of luck, we should get some sort of response. So we got to this point where we was starting the tractor, and then the bloody battery went flat again. So I went through all the motions. I actually got it started, running very rough and backfiring, and so then we stopped it, and I got carried away because I, realised the bloody battery was flat. Went and put the phone on charge, and so I come back and I got the carburetor off and stripped it all down and cleaned it out, and then the next bit of video you see is me picking the carburetor up and bringing it back on here. So there's a bit there missing, but of course once you've done it you can't go back on it, so it'll all come apparent. Right, so I've had the carburetor all to bits, and we've took all of the brass bungs out there, and there's two more in there, and when you take the gasket off, look, there's two holes in the flange for you to get the screwdriver through to get these little ones out there. You see them there, look. I've had them all out, and the float bolt's been off, and the needles have been out, so rodded everything out with nozzle cleaners and the airline, and hopefully will have done some good. So really the only way to find out is to pop it back on the tractor, and then we'll see what happens. So I'll just stick that up there for a minute. Right, so we'll have a look at fitting this carburetor back on. and I'm probably blocking you out to start with, but I'll just get this one bolted and then hopefully it'll. It always amazes me some of the things that's made in olden days, and they've never made it so you can get a ring on the back. Never enough clearance behind the bolt head. I'll be a close up of that in a minute. Now you can't get the ring spanner on. It has to be done with the open end of the spanner. And even a lot of modern day stuff is like that. It just makes you wonder sometimes. I've just got to pop round the back here and do the back one up. So hopefully we've done some good. The proof will be in the starting. I think we'll get a spanner on that one, just about. Okay, so that's sort of all together. Now I've got to slacken the chamber off just to move it round to get my piping, because it's too far round. And then I've just got to pop this throttle linkage on. It sits on there, and I've got this little screw to pop through the top. It's wait a minute, I've got a little washer button there. Yeah, got a little washer button there, I think, yes. I've just got to go fetch the washer. That's better. Look at this. Right, I've just got a bit of fiddling to do with this. I'm running out of battery, so I'll just switch off a minute. Okay, so I've got that in there now, and the screw that I was trying to put in that brass bit there, you can't see the end from here, I was trying to shove it in from this side, and actually it went in from the other side. It took me a few minutes to find that out, but anyway, I've got it now, and now when I work the throttle, she's working okay, look. So I'm okay with that, I'm happy with that. So I've still got to do that, look, because it's the pipe's too long, look. So I've just got to slacken the bolt at the bottom, move the chamber around and pull it back. So we'll just nip and get the spanner, and we can do that now while we... I brought all the spanners in here because, yeah, so I could take it to bits. So, okay, so I pop that on there, and with a bit of luck, that'll turn. There we go. And I can just get that in there. And I can just hold that with my finger. Stop the spring back while I get that on. Yeah, it's going to okay. I'll just give that a nip. And then just nip the bottom up. I've used all the gaskets again, so hopefully I haven't got any leaks. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. So, what we'll do here, I'll just, okay, that's that. And another little thing I did just here, where I can find the blooming bit of spring. Now that's typical, isn't it? It's probably in the bench as well. But anyway, this spring was broke. It's the pressure to keep the throttle in position. And I took the broken piece out and found another spring and put in, and it's coil wire now, but it's got some pressure on it, and it's a fair bit stiffer now. So hopefully that'll hold the throttle open, because it had a tendency to shut itself off. So all that remains now is to put a little bit of juice in there, and we'll give it another go. Okay. Okay, so that's the end of that. Put the lid back on. Out of gear. As I said before, you can see that goes up and down, not across like a normal tractor. So sometimes you just have to think what you are doing. So that's that compression tap off. And that's that compression tap off. We'll turn fuel on. We'll just give it a second or two to fill the bowl up, and just to make sure that we ain't got no leaks. And we'll put choke on. I've took the air breather bowl off, which I haven't put back on yet, but we don't need that just to run it. Everything's looking good so far. It will take a few minutes just to fill that up now, to be fair. It's a big old bowl. Okay, well, everything looks good, so we'll go for it, see what it does. Right. There we go. Now I've got to decide now where the needles are, or should be. I'll give that another go.
A bit more throttle perhaps. And a bit back on jack.
Oh dear, I've lost it somewhere. Not so good. Don't quite know what's gone on there. Breather part, nut just wants tightening up. So, not sure now whether we need to choke it or not to choke it. Yeah. So, before we get too far into it, we'll just check with another plug that it's actually got spark. Yeah, definitely got spark. Okay. Okay, I'll switch you off. Obviously I'm going to have to investigate that a bit further now. It seems funny why it was running then just stopped all of a sudden. So I'll bring you back when there's more to show. Okay, so I've had a couple of goes with it, and I just had all the fill bolt off again because I went to swap the needles over, and all of a sudden I couldn't get this needle back in for some reason. So probably the emulsion tube in the middle weren't just quite seating nicely, but it seems to be in and there all right now. So we'll have another go. So again, that's the petrol on. And we'll just give it a second to see if that will make sure that float chamber don't leak. Right, just check the compression taps while I'm waiting. Yeah, they're straight out. Right, well we'll give that another go. Check the throttle. Yep. not a happy bunny. All what we've done, and it's still doing the same thing. And backfiring and doing. And I've already reset the mag and had the plugs out, clean them. And we've still got this almost seems like feel related. Because a slight touch of the needles stops it one way or the other. I don't know. I'll have to go and have a fiddle with it and catch up with you later.